Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of this video, which is this is a Packard-Bell model 5R1, and we did all the electrical things last time, except an alignment. We're going to do an alignment today once I get this case taken care of, and then do a little cleanup on the case. It doesn't need much, and then we're going to put it back together. So, you saw the other video, you know, that this case is not perfect. You can see a little thing there, and I found another crack somewhere too, but I'm not even going to mess with it. But this one was noticeable right here. So what I talked about doing, we're going to try and do that today, is put some pressure on that crack where it disappears. And then up behind here, I'm going to put some glue that I used. You've seen me use before. And I think that's all we're going to do. And then I may touch up a little lettering in here, use the Novus on the case. That's going to be it for that. So let me see if this is going to work. There's space to do this here. I want to apply a little pressure this way, and then I'm going to apply a little pressure downward. So, okay. Well, that really made it almost completely disappear right there. But I'm going to use the other device that I have, and let's see how I'm going to do this where you can see what's going on. Hopefully we're kind of where you can see what's happening. I'm running out of space here. Okay, so I need downward pressure right there. Now you can't see that crack just because I've got it covered up, but kind of almost feels completely flat, the part that I can see. So let me go get my glue. We'll put that on and then set this aside for a few minutes so we can set up. Okay, there's no way I can show you what I'm going to do, so let me just describe it. I lost a little video, but I'll show you the end result of that clamping and gluing. So this is where I ran the product down here. It's a clear liquid, and then you add this stuff on top that looks like sand, but it hardens up very quickly and makes a good bond. So that's not going anywhere on the back side, that crack, and it looks pretty good on the front there. Okay, we're set up for the alignment now. And I'm going to do this just like the instructions say here. They say to do 455 kilohertz, and then do A1, A2, A3, and A4. So I'm going to do them in that order because I assume that's right, but A1 is the top of the IF can, A2 is the one on the bottom, and then A3 is the other top, and then the other bottom. I assume they put them in that order for that reason. But that's the way I'm going to do it. So, here we go. Incidentally, I bought two of these at an auction. There were two in a lot. And this one's in fantastic condition, seems to be working. And then I've got another one that, when you turn it on, it makes a lot of noise, hums. And this probably needs to be opened up and also be calibrated. It has not been calibrated, so we'll just hope it's close. But that'll be another video at some point to open those up and to calibrate them. So, okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, here goes A1. Okay, so I'll reset and do A2 because I'm gonna have to flip this upside down. So give me a second. We'll come back and do the underside. Okay, so we're upside down now, and we're gonna do on the underside. This is A2 right here, which is the next in the list. We're gonna do that one. See if we get any improvement. Let's get some volume here. Okay, I made a little tool because most of the alignment tools I've got, these are too thin and they will not turn the adjustment screw there, the I don't know what you call it, but the tunable part in the IF can. This one I made out of one that had a little hexagon in, and it seems to work on the top side, does not work on the bottom. So I hate not to use a plastic tool, but there's no way that's going to turn that adjustment there. So let's try. I know this is not the favored way. Okay, so that's the first IF can. I'm going to not show you the second one. It's going to go exactly the same way, but I'll do that, and then we'll come back. So next on the alignment is to connect the high side. It's the third line down there. Connect the high side through a dummy antenna. I don't have a dummy antenna clip. Low side to B minus. Signal generator at 1620, tuning gang fully open, and adjust A5. So A5 would be A5 is right there, so it's the front gang, if you will. So it would be it'd be this one right here. Okay, so we're going to give that a go. The Heathkit IG102 is set to 1620. Did I say 1600? I think it's 1620. Yeah. And the capacitor, the tuning gang fully open, which it is. And so let me make this adjustment. And while I'm doing that, we'll okay. So next, the last step there is signal generated frequency at 1500 kilocycles or kilohertz. Did that. Turn the radio dial setting to 1500. Which is, I mean, I don't have the front on, so I have to kind of guess that kind of holding this up a little bit to the to the dial here. I had to guess that was about 1500, unfortunately. So, because you can't make this adjustment with the radio all put together. So. and I'm getting a good signal there. And adjust A6. And A6 is here. And we'll do that for maximum output. I think this is going to be pretty much right on. Let's get enough volume. This is going to hurt my ears, but let's get enough volume to get some needle deflection. Okay. And that's it for the alignment, and we'll hope I guessed right on the position of this so that everything, all the stations line up with the numbers on the dial. So that's it. We will put the case back on, put everything back together, and should be finished. Hope you could hear that. The adjustments are all done, and the radio sounds pretty good. It's still not it's not going to blare across the room very good, but it's not bad.
Pretty much at the center, and that's the issue of corruption in Ukraine, particularly with regard to a company known as...
It's okay, we're happy. So let's mess with the case a little bit, and we'll put everything back together, and then we're done. So we're going to glue the dial face back on. I've already put some drops of tacky glue in each of the four corners there. That's where the dial face touches the case, and just put a little weight on it there to hold it down. That should be fine to hold that thing in there. It's not overly secure, but that's the way it was initially. And I'm just going to take an X-Acto knife and clean out a little bit of extra glue that's coming along in the little crevice there between the case and the dial face, just to make it look cleaner. So that will harden. We'll let that harden for a little while. Should be fine. And then we will put the case and the chassis back together again and do another test. Okay, we're ready for the final test. I really didn't like the way that the volume knob came through there. It wasn't not very centered up, so I played a little bit with the case to get it to work, or to get it to center up as good as I can. And this was pretty good, so I'm satisfied with that. So let's see how it does here. It's a little slow to warm up, and again, this would not have been a high-end model for its day. Well, let's see here.
Bernie,
Oh,
without winning the great state of Ohio. News Roundup Information Overload Hour coming up. You know, I love our friends at Tecovas.com.
You know, to get things done, to be able to hit our goals. And none of our children will tell you that they lost out.
You hear that, Don Trail? I won't need you soon.
Lavette Wright is a super liberal, kind of the Bernie Bro type person. He's a very intelligent, smart, driven guy, but he's also just possessed with a bit of bitterness and animus.
We know how to save a buck or two. 100 farmers to get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Reported 2018 nationwide average savings underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
What's in...
all right. I think that wraps up my Pretty in Pink radio. Packard-Bell 5R1. If you watched this video and you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up. That helps YouTube know that, you know, I'm producing something that people want to see. And we're trying to build the channel too, so please, if you would, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. So there you go. This one goes on the shelf. And there'll be something else soon. Thank you.